Top of the morning to ya. Welcome to Happy Chappy Corner. Here's my thoughts on this weekend's readings because they are beautiful. So here we go. You've got the book of Samuel, and so the themes here are resisting sleeping through life and waking up and looking and seeing and experiencing this idea of experiential knowledge, of participatory knowledge. Like that's how you really know something. You know, I can memorize all there is to know about, like, say if you're a hockey fan, I can memorize all I can about hockey and I can learn all the terms and I can learn all the plays. But unless I can actually bring myself to participate in the love of the sport, so unless I bring myself to participate in life, actively seeing God and goodness and beauty and practicing that and participating in that, it really doesn't mean much. And then you can find yourself sleeping through life, which is our culture really encourages sleeping through life through things like gadgets and phones and our distraction culture. So anyway, you've got this reading in the book of Samuel, and it's interesting because it doesn't give the whole reading in the reading at church. But the first little paragraph is actually quite powerful. It says, "Now the boy Samuel was ministering to the Lord under Eli. The word of the Lord was rare in those days. Visions were not widespread. And at the time, Eli, whose eyesight had begun to grow dim so that he could not see, was lying down in his room. The lamp of God had not yet gone out. And Samuel was lying down in the temple of the Lord where the ark of God was." So here you've got Samuel, and this is the part that's interesting that they don't have in the reading at church in the lectionary. But the idea that light was going dim on Samuel. He was having a hard time. He wasn't really experiencing God, even though he was hearing about God. He was ministering to the Lord under Eli. And it says in the text here that he had not yet known God, but he's asleep. And God says, "Samuel, Samuel." And he gets up and he's like, "Eli, what the deuce, man? Did you call me? I'm trying to sleep here." And Eli's like, "No, that wasn't me." And then he goes back to sleep after searching for this whatever he heard through Eli. And then again, and then again, and then finally Eli says, "I think this is God. Next time, say, 'Here I am, Lord.'" And so Samuel goes back and he hears it again, and then he has a different response. He doesn't search to Eli for what is that. He wakes up to that call that is always there to each and every one of us. He wakes up and says, "Here I am, your servant is listening." He doesn't wake up and say, "What do you want?" He doesn't wake up and say, "Look at this crap that you've given me." And I mean, like, you know, if we are angry, we should share that with God, and God can handle it, and it's okay to let those things go. But then he opens his eyes and he sees that my life isn't found in judgment. My life is found in saying, "Here I am, Lord. I've come to do your will. Here I am, Lord, in service, in love, in opening my heart." And this goes directly with the gospel reading today, where it's all about looking and asking and then truly seeing. And so they look and they say, Jesus says, "What are you looking for?" And we're always looking, and we're trying to fill this love with us with all of these other things which won't work. Only true love and truth can fill this longing that's always pulling us forward from the beginning of time. And he says, and Jesus says, "Come and see." And then they don't judge. They come and they see. They truly see, and they see where Jesus lives, and their eyes are open, and they it's the saying, the taste and see the goodness of the Lord. Not think and memorize and just blurt out these statements of whatever, but come, taste and see the goodness of the Lord, and it's beautiful. So may we wake up. May we live our lives and not stay asleep and resist the urge to go back to sleep, but to wake up and practice truly looking and then seeing God's goodness, God's beauty, God's love that's not found in judgment, but beyond right or wrong, beyond all of this, and is only found in participating and experiencing and actively practicing seeing God and then saying, "Here I am, Lord. I've come to live in this love, to be of service to others, to be able to open my heart and embrace this all-inclusive God of love who is always calling each and every one of us by name. We just have to wake up and taste and see. Grace and peace.